people are still sitting down. So thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and a particular thank you to Khalifa University for both transporting us here and allowing us to be here in this lovely auditorium this afternoon. It is my great pleasure now to hand over to Dr. Bayan Sharif, the Provost of Khalifa University, to issue your welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can I close this, by the way? Okay, so I hope that you've had a good morning session, and hope that you'll also enjoy this afternoon's sessions. So it's with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to the second annual Forum for Open Research in MENA at Khalifa University's campus. It's about 6 years old campus, and I hope that when you get the chance, you maybe just have a look around the campus. Also, a warm welcome to our sponsors and partners who have supported this event to highlight the importance of open research in science. This forum brings together brilliant minds, innovative researchers, and influential stakeholders and leaders who are committed to advancing the principles of open science and research and promoting collaboration in the MENA region. Also, in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which aim to address inequality, like other reputable universities, we at Khalifa University are very much recognize the role that universities can play to foster open and inclusive research environment. We take open research and open science very seriously, and to this end, at Khalifa University, we have invested substantially into to support our faculty and researchers to disseminate their research output and research work through many open access platforms. And in doing so, the discovery of knowledge is freely available to anyone who can access the internet. Our premise is that great science, great minds transcend boundaries of the privileged world. And hopefully, in what we do in terms of open research, we enable researchers and scholars throughout the world to engage and to benefit from this openness of the science and research. Also, open research extends beyond publications, and we can do a lot more by freely sharing our resources in terms of research data and software tools to further removing the barriers to knowledge dissemination. We also aim to enhance the impact of visibility of research outcomes, enabling broader engagement and collaboration within the science community and beyond. Also, our partnership with various industrial players and I would be amiss if I didn't acknowledge that within this region, there has been huge contributions that has benefited the world through unforgettable scholars such as Al-Razi, Ibn Sina, Ibn Hayyan, Al-Khwarizmi, and the names go on and on and on. And that was what I'd call in the golden era of the region. And I'm sure, in the future, we will have, and we currently do have, great scholars here. So again, in closing, and from a personal perspective, I do hope that the future will acknowledge our generation as not, as I said, just mainly incremental, but one that is transformational, as were our scholarly ancestors. The work we do here will have a lasting impact, not only on institutions, but also on the greater scientific community and society at large. So let us seize the opportunity to collectively shape the future of open science and the region and beyond. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay. All right. So the first year we paid 55 APCs from those 3 publishers. The next year we continued telling people about the project, continued supporting the information. We did 104, so almost double the second year. We also went to the ALC. We talked about the success of the project. They supported expanding it. We added PLOS for the upcoming year of 2022 to support more of the medical school. In 2023, we did 140, so almost 3 times as many as the original. year. And again, the program was expanded further to include, starting in January of this year, Frontiers and Taylor and Francis. So now we're up to 6 publishers. And this year, I don't have it on here, but we've already done through the end of September 100 APCs for this year. So we've already done as many as we did in 2021 just through September. We're on target to surpass last year's by a small bit. We've also had an expansion further. It's still not completely finished, but it's in process to add Elsevier starting next year. We will be the first individual institution in MENA to have a contract like this with Elsevier. Also this year, the success of the project has increased the guidelines. And so instead of requiring things to be Q1, for the balance of this year, things will have to be in the top 20%. And then starting in January, it'll be top 15%. Because the goal of the project is to increase the visibility and the standing of the university and our authors. So we want to aim very high. This is just a graph that shows how open access publishing has grown at Khalifa University in general, as part of the project and separately as well. So you can see in 2015, there were only about 60 open access articles published by everybody at the university and 662 traditional ones. And there's been a little bit of growth within the traditional. It's fluctuated up and down, but most of the growth has been in open access publishing. And last year, KU authors published as many open access articles as they had published traditional back at 2015. In fact, there we go. So this is a graph of the percentage growth between the two from 2015 to 2022. The growth of traditional was 25% from 2015 to 2022. So 25% is respectable growth, but the open access has grown by 717%. So basically, the vast majority of the growth and the increase of output from Khalifa University authors has been in the area of open access publishing. Oops, I went too many, way too many. Okay, so as I said, we do events. We do usually 6 a year, where we talk to the faculty, to the graduate students, to tell them about the project, tell them what's involved, tell them how they can participate. This is just a screenshot of one of the ones where we announce it. We do them online, we do them in person, we record them and post them on the website. So we want to, because in order for this to work, we've obviously got to get the information out to our authors. These are the list of the APCs paid by publisher. As you can see, the first year, it was only the 3 publishers. This year, now we're up to 6. And the things have been growing very well from year to year. So we did a sample study, a very small, not really comprehensive, but just a sample study to see, are we having more citations from our high quality open access articles than from the traditional articles? And so we were asked to look at this, and this is what we put together. So we took the articles that we have paid for as part of our project. The blue ones are the open access ones, the red ones are the traditional ones. So in general, from 2020, the open access articles that we paid for have had about 11% more citations already. And then for 2021, they've already had 13% more citations. So we're seeing what the other research shows, which is open access articles get cited more, they get downloaded more, they get viewed more, which is another encouraging thing about this project, since the entire point of the project is to help the publishers, help our authors, help our university to become more prominent, become more well-known. For the standards for the inclusion, as I said at the beginning, was it had to be Q1 in the subject area as determined by all 3. It's now been modified, so it's the top 20% in the subject area this year for the balance of this year. And it will be the top 15% starting in January 1st. And it's this, most of the articles that we've seen seem to be in the top 15% anyway. So I think it's going to be, just as productive as it is now. This is a screenshot of the open access website. I'm going to show you the actual website itself in a minute, but we've created this website where we have all this information for the authors. We have the information about the project itself. There's a page for each publisher that gives them information about tools that are available for that publisher. how to submit your paper, tools that they have to help you author your paper, style guides, templates, formatting, things like that, image help. So all the pages have all that kind of information to the authors as well. And then any other tools that they have available. We also have, for each publisher, we've put together a list of all the journals that qualify for the project. So you can see this is a screenshot of the file. So it gives you the title of the author of the journal, and then all the information, the H index, the number of citations, the number of articles that were cited, all that information. So I'll cross my fingers that this works. And I will show you the website. So, okay, so here's the website. Maybe make it bigger. So we have, like I said, the information that has about each, this is the general information. Come on. For each article or each publisher, so like IEEE, we have information that relates to IEEE about the process. Each one has a flow chart demonstrating how the process goes when you submit a paper. If we have any workshops that we've recorded, we put the videos on here as well, so they can see those. Each one, as I said, has a list of the journals that you can see. That's very small. So that you can see what is covered, what is not covered. We have additional information about how do you find what is a journal's rating in Scopus, which is the one that we use, so information for that. And we have our statistics, so you can see what has been submitted, what has been denied, because things are submitted to us automatically. The process is a KU author submits an article, the publisher recognizes it's from KU and sends it to us automatically, and then we approve it or deny it based on whether it meets the guidelines. As you can see, most of the articles, it got approved, 55 approved, 10 denied, and 104 approved, 17 denied. So that we have a very high approval rate in general. It's just things are coming in automatically before people can choose. That is a very brief summation of what we've done. Thank you very much for your time.